What is up, my turtles? My name is Jimmy, also known as YmmijTortuga, and welcome to ABL Season 4, the Doubles Draft League. Me representing my boy Dreadnought in Herkimer. It's amazing. It's fantastic. I am so super stoked for this opportunity to be a part of the ABL Season 4. As you guys know, I was part of the Amateur Battle League Minors season, and we made the playoffs, but unfortunately got knocked out in the quarterfinals, right? Yeah, the very first round, so it's unfortunate. But this is going to be the draft analysis. We managed to pick up a very solid team, and I'm super excited to break down why I picked what I picked, what was the order of picking, and whatnot. So I'm super excited to share with you guys my thoughts on why I picked what Pokemon I did. So if you guys are excited for this draft analysis, hit that like button down below, subscribe if you guys are new, and make sure to check out the Amateur Battle League website, also in the description below, as well as all the other coaches that are in the draft, in the league. I can talk, I promise. Alright, so I was 9th pick overall, so kind of in the middle. It was exactly where I was, actually, in the Amateur Battle League Minors, which was really cool. So let's get to our first pick. I'm super excited, so let's do it. So our first pick is the new Mythical Urshafu, and this is the Rapid Strike style. So we went for our restricted tier first and foremost. I really love this Pokemon. Its Unseen Fist ability is just insane. The fact that you can't protect with that Urshafu on the field, and the fact that it's fighting water. It's just an amazing typing. It's really, really cool, and I'm super excited to use this on the team. It's like, and I don't know too much about this Pokemon. It's relatively new, so it's like, it's hard to break down a Pokemon that you've never used before. It's like, let alone, you know, yeah. I mean, what more can I say on that one? But the typing on this, its ability is amazing, and of course, obviously, being in the restricted tier, you know, it's just super good. Now, also note, it is in the restricted tier. The only Pokemon that is able to Gigantamax is anything in the Gigantamax tier, or the G at the bottom here. So, this Urshafu, this particular Urshafu, will not be able to Dynamax or Gigantamax. So, I have to keep that in mind when building the team, but super solid pick. Very, very happy for this first pick. So I missed out on this one because I misread, I'm going to be honest, I misread the rules last time. And it's super cool, but we're repping the mascot, the Dreadnought. That's right. This one will be able to Gigantamax or Dynamax. We'll have to see. I'm going to be honest, it's like, I don't want to give too much away, but, you know, you don't know which one you're going to see and whatnot. And I don't know. We'll have to see. It's like, there may be some games that I do the Dynamax. There may be the games where I do Gigantamax, but it's all good. But Dreadnought being a very physical attacker, it does have that grass weakness that I have to be well aware about. And actually, both of the Pokemon that I picked so far have this. But this was pick number 2. Dreadnought, I've had very good luck with Dreadnought in some competitive play. You know, climbing the ladder, and actually on the channel, I actually have a couple of matches with Dreadnought, and it does very, very well. It's not the bulkiest of boys, especially with that weakness to grass, so I have to keep that in mind. But all in all, a really solid pick, and with that ability, Swift Swim in the rain, it can be very, very fast. And like I said, with it being a monster physical attacker, and with the ability to Gigantamax or Dynamax or Gigantamax, it's a solid pick for the Gigantamax tier. So I'm super excited for this pick, and again, repping the mascot. And speaking of the rain, we have to be able to set the rain to make sure that Dreadnought can be as fast as it can be. So we needed a rain setter. Now, obviously, with the Isle of Armor, Politoed is definitely the premier setter. But I got sniped. Thanks, Soy. Good. So anyway, I had to go with Pelipper. I definitely needed the rain and whatnot. And by this point, and most of the team, most of the coaches in the league knew that I was aiming for a rain team when I picked 2 water types as my first set. So at this point, we go with the boy Pelipper. Which is what we had to go with. It's obviously with its ability Drizzle, it sets up the rain as it enters in. I have to figure out a way to make sure that it doesn't die to electric attacks and stuff, because that would be very, very rough. Physically, you know, it can do some damage. I've had some luck dealing with an offensive Pelipper in the past, but not the most ideal for it. Again, the idea for this thing is to set the rain. So that's what we ended up with, and I'm super excited about it because I think built right, maybe some will underestimate Pelipper, so we'll have to see. Moving on to the S tier, we go with the Water Dragon Kingdra. Now, Kingdra was a beast back in Gen 2. If you remember facing Claire or whatever, Kingdra was just a beast. There was no way to attack it in a super effective manner. Obviously, there's ways to do that now with the fairy typing, and I think that's it. And then obviously there's more better dragon moves than what there used to be. But back in the day, it's like you weren't able to really knock down this Kingdra. You just had to literally be better than it in order to beat it. So and obviously, again, being another water type, it's going to take advantage of that rain, and it's going to be super, super clutch. Again, not really much of a Pokemon that I've used too much, but I'm well familiar with facing it. And like I said, it's got a solid typing in that Water Dragon. So I'm super excited to have picked up in the S tier. I managed to pick up the Kingdra. So I'm, again, just super solid. And another water type, you know, go figure. So I'm not going to lie, this next pick was actually very, very difficult for me because I was literally thinking, it's like, you know, I really want to test myself and go and literally go for all water types. But then as I analyzed a little bit more, I'm like, you know what? It's just not worth it. I need to play smart because I want to do very well. Obviously, we want to do very well in this draft, in this league. So I have to play smart. I didn't think having an all-water team was going to be the best, if I'm going to be honest. So we chose our second A pick. Pelipper was A pick, by the way. Our second A pick, our second and final A pick in Sableye, which is super, super good. Sableye, obviously, with that prankster ability, can quash the opponent, set up rain, which is super, super good. I think it gets Will-O-Wisp. I'm unsure if it gets Thunder Wave or whatnot. I don't think it does, actually. I'll have to double check. Please fact check me in the comments below. But again, with that prankster ability, it could be, it's just a solid pickup for the team. And again, Rain Dance. It's just, you know, it's perfect for the team. It's like if Pelipper is unable to set up the rain, Sableye, you know, may only last one turn on the field. But, you know, it's prankster ability. It's like, okay, Rain Dance. It does its finger things, you know. And then it's able to set up the rain. It's like, so that's definitely then. And then again, it's like its ability to quash is just, you know, it's very, very good. And a very solid pickup for this team. Now, my free pick here, which I believe was another A tier. I don't think Raichu was S tier. Again, fact check me in the comments below. But I believe Raichu was the free pick. Raichu coming in, trying to get some a little bit more coverage in terms of attacking, and then obviously Raichu being able to get that lightning rod ability, so maybe even able to protect Pelipper from those electric attacks, which is super, super good. And then obviously you don't want Raichu to be doing to get that lightning rod, because it gets a special attack boost, and a special attack boost on a Raichu is not good. It's a very solid Pokemon. It's very, very good pickup. I'm very happy about this one. And like I said, you redirect those lightning attacks, which is very, very useful when trying to protect a lot of this team, which has a pretty solid weakness to electric attacks. And then, of course, it's like we have that electric presence as well against maybe any other water types or something of that nature. So a very solid mod. And then, of course, Raichu can be a pain in the butt. You know, it gets that nuzzle, which can paralyze opponents. It gets Eerie Impulse, which lowers, I believe, special attack, if I remember correctly. It's just all around a good, solid Pokemon, and it helps shape this team and makes it a little bit more scarier, in my opinion. So that is what, pick number 6? Yeah, that's pick number 6. Speaking of coverage, we move on to our first C tier pick of the draft, and that is our boy Rhydon. Now Rhydon was a little bit of a shakeup for this team, but I think it's a very solid pickup because the ground rock, obviously super weak to water and grass, but otherwise a very solid Pokemon, and it's a little bit on the slower side, so this could also count for a Trick Room counter and stuff. But Rhydon also getting that Lightning Rod ability in case Raichu goes down or something like that. It's like, oh, we'll go into Raichu. But having a threat, it's like that way. It's like, oh, you think you can bring in electric types for this? No. I got Rhydon. Your electric types mean nothing. And obviously, it's like, I know better. But it again, it's adding some of that coverage that this team desperately needed for this team. And like I said, one more time, again, with that Lightning Rod ability, redirecting those electric attacks away from my other Pokemon. So that was number 7, our first C tier pick in the draft. Number 8 comes with a surprise, yet another water type, the boy Quagsire, Quag, and I'm super excited about this one. Quagsire having that immunity to that electric type due to its ground typing, obviously making it much more susceptible to the grass types, but otherwise being very, very good in terms of just another water type. I can see this. I can see Quagsire just being an annoyance to the team. To the teams and whatnot. I don't want to give too much away, honestly, of what I was doing, what I have planned for this, but just coaches, if you're watching this, just expect this to be and annoying. It's like you might think you got it, and maybe you do, but I can see in some matches this thing being really annoying. But another really solid pick for the team, and adding to that water presence and definitely making sure that we can overwhelm our opponents in that rainy weather. So that was our first B tier. Our next B tier surprised a lot of people with that Durant. So this one was really, really tough for me to choose, and I'm very excited that I managed to pick this little guy up. But this thing is kind of a reverse Trick Room. It's like it's one of the fastest mons in the game. Not the fastest, obviously, but it's one of the fastest mons in the game. It gives me that steel presence and whatnot. And this little guy can pack a punch. I've seen it run with Life Orb and that ability Hustle, which is which obviously raises its power. So it's very, very good and very, very tanky, bulky, whatever you want to say. Obviously, having that real big weakness to fire, but gonna be honest, not too many people are gonna send at least a fire type against well, I would hope not against a rain team, but I also have to be mindful that it could happen and whatnot. So it's super solid pick for this team. And again, like I said, you get that speed tier going, and it's like you never know when this little Durant can cause a lot of harm. So like I said, that again, balance. It gives that steel type. It was definitely one of the reasons I picked this little guy. But super solid pick. I'm very excited about it, and we'll see what it can do for pick number 9. Our second B tier of the draft. You guys thought I was done with the water types. No, no, no. Absolutely not. We pick up an evolution, probably one of the fan favorites in Vaporeon. Vaporeon obviously being a solid water type. It's not obviously the best water type, but it's definitely one of my favorite evolutions. Being in Gen 1, obviously I played the game since Red and Blue came out in the States, and Vaporeon always just seemed to come through in the main game. Now we'll have to see if it does the same thing in this game, in this league and whatnot. But picking up a really solid Pokemon here. I believe I picked this because it's more on the special attacking side. Is what Vaporeon does. I gotta double check its stats, and again, fact check me in the comments below. But once again, it's like you can't underestimate this Pokemon. It's like you never know what it's gonna be. You never know what this thing's gonna do. You never know. And I'm super happy. And besides, look at how happy it is. Look at it. It's so happy. So number 10 goes to Vaporeon, our last B tier, and yeah. So now, obviously, all we have left are C picks, and I decided to go with another specially built Pokemon in Eldegoss, being one of the newer Pokemon here in the Galar region is Eldegoss, and Eldegoss also brings in some special defense. This thing is very defensively bulky. I think I'm right. But it's super bulky. It can take those special defenses, and again, it adds that that coverage of grass with that. So with this Pokemon. So obviously, the other Rhydons or Quagsires or etc. can be done with this. Can potentially be done over with this Eldegoss. Not saying it will be. Not saying it won't be. Eldegoss is kind of also in that weird speed tier, so we'll have to see how we can potentially play it. But a very solid pick, and again, it's like coming around and making sure that we have that coverage that this, almost all water team definitely needed. And speaking of coverage, the one thing that we didn't really have was that fire type. I decided to go with the Cantonian Rapidash. This particular Pokemon is more on the physical side than special side, but that's okay. It's relatively quick, and obviously bringing in that fire typing wraps up pick number 12, the last C tier pick that the Herkimer Drednaws drafted. And again, it's like really the only reason drafting Rapidash was for that coverage. And again, it's like it makes the team that much more scary. How often Rapidash is gonna be in the team, within any of this is anybody's guess. We don't know. However, it's going to be very, very interesting to see how this Pokemon wraps up, or how this Pokemon will do against my opponents. But with that wraps up the draft. That is what we chose. Was more or less my thought process. Obviously, building the bits and pieces is one of the most fun of doing these drafts. And again, this is only really my second draft ever. And I made the playoffs in the first one. So I definitely want to make sure I want to do well. I 100% want to do well. As anybody wants to, and I'm just super excited for the team. I'm very happy with most of my picks. Again, really more or less the one snipe. There was others that I didn't mention, but I can't remember right off the top of my head what they were. I'd have to go through the draft again, but that's okay. But the biggest snipe, I think, was the Politoed for Pelipper, but, it is what it is. Obviously, Pelipper having that massive weakness to the electric types. So, that's why we have the Rhydon and Raichu. You never know. So, yeah, I think that's going to do it for the draft. I'm super excited to play in this season. We got We got a preseason matches as of recording this video. The season starts very soon, and this video is going up on a Tuesday. I will say my matches more than likely will be going up on Saturdays once they once they start, and two, once I get the clear to go ahead, because there's some rules that I have to follow. But look forward to that very, very soon on the channel. Couple more weeks. You don't have to wait much longer. But that is going to do it for this draft analysis. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy this and are hyped for ABL Season 4, let me know in the comments below. Also, like that video, subscribe if you guys are new, and I will catch you in the battles. Guys, thank you so much. Take care, everybody. Bye.